The film in focus would be wuxia film Five Deadly Venom, which was directed by Chinese film director Chang Cheh. The film came out on August 12 in 1978 in the Mandarin language. The film attracts viewers through its various style of martial arts. There are 5 different fighting styles portrayed in the film. The first is the centipede style. The second style is that of the snake. The third style is the scorpion, who is the police chief. The fourth style is the lizard, which is one of the police officers. The last and final fighting style is that of the toad. There is this one last member, who is the final warrior of the Venom Clan, whose mission is to side with one Venom fighter in order to defeat the other 4 in case they act in the side of evil. Although the styles are unique in this film, there is a deeper meaning than just the martial art. The film can be treated as a mirror of the changes that was happening in the Chinese society before and during the time in which the film was released. The film touches on the theme of violence as well as corruption found within the legal system, which comes in relation to the rise of communism in China. There is also a theme of the representation of the youth and the masculine identity in China. The overall thesis and goal of the video essay is to represent, through analysis, how Five Deadly Venom is a film that can be used to view the changes and the transformation that was occurring in Hong Kong in the social, cultural, and cinema aspect. Before jumping into the film, some background knowledge on Chinese cinema will help understand how the real-life issues in China were implemented in Five Deadly Venoms. In Hong Kong, Chinese cinema was under governmental control. The rise of communism in China led to the censorship of martial arts-related films. Since censorship was an issue in China, production studios needed to find another way to produce and distribute films. Five Deadly Venom was distributed by Shaw Brothers Studio, which was founded in 1925 and produced around 1,000 films between 1925 and 1987. They owned a large amount of distribution in Southeast Asia countries like Singapore and Malaysia. This was a smart strategy because there was a Chinese diaspora which ended in 1949. And because of this, many filmmakers found themselves training in outside places like Shanghai, but then moved back to Hong Kong once the free market in Hong Kong recognized these type of films as commodities, rather than as an expression of political ideology or movement, with the purpose of destroying the communist government. These filmmakers who came back to Hong Kong made the city more modernized and a center for immigrant filmmakers, which is a person who is forced to leave a country for political reasons. Although the ban and censorship of martial arts by communism gave the Shaw Brothers Studios a reason to expand to countries outside of China, it was beneficial in the way in which it also helped them develop an international audience. When Five Deadly Venom was released, it became one of Shaw Brothers' best films. Aside from this, the 6 main actors of the films were called the Venom Mob and were together in many of Shaw Brothers' films, mostly martial arts and wuxia films. Similar to martial arts, wuxia film uses martial arts but does not make it a defining factor of the film. Wuxia can be translated into the phrase new school, which can define the genre as a new form of martial arts in film. When the word is broken up, Wu means martial, military, and armed, while Xia means honorable, chivalrous, and hero. When one watches Five Deadly Venom, they can see how the film is a wuxia film and it's just not all about the fighting. There is the martial, the military, the armed, the honorable, the chivalrous, and the hero. The director Chang Cheh was known as the godfather of Hong Kong cinema and was a self-made artist who reshaped the Xia or hero archetype. Interestingly enough, he made the hero into a hyper-masculine character. This can be shown through the use of obsession, in this case is greed for money.
So that money belongs to us.
We want the money, not your life.
Another one is a selfish interest, in which the warrior has their own agendas, such as Scorpion, and a desire to cause harm and violence, in which we see here how that is applied. Another and obvious evidence of hypermasculinity is through the lack of women in the film, which makes it a male-dominant film.
What are you all looking at?
In this scene, we see Toad being tortured. However, he does not give in to the pain nor death. There is this representation of masculinity in which Toad follows a discipline in which his manhood requires him to be manly and not give in to pain or show any sign of weaknesses, which is one who is too soft, kind, and or passive are seen to be easily fooled or defeated. An example would be the lizard, who fails to realize that Scorpion is actually one of his closest friends.
You did.
And you meant to kill all of us.
He also fails to defend and avoid the death of his longtime friend Toad. In the final battle, the viewers will finally understand that the Centipede, Snake, and Scorpion were on the side of evil. The theme of violence and corruption is seen in multiple scenes. Scorpion can be described as the representation of the corrupted cops and politicians in China, which is shown through the various scenes in which the audience is made to believe that he is actually good, but at the end, viewers find out that he has an evil intention. The sixth and youngest fighter can represent the youth of China, who were born into a chaotic and censored society. He can also be used to symbolize the new and incoming filmmakers who are the changers of tomorrow for China, and it is their duty to free China from those who have evil intentions.
What I taught them could be used wrongly for evil to hurt men.
The rest of the fighters represent the Chinese elders and adults who created the Chinese society, where there is corruption and there is a fight for freedom and justice, which ends up in leading to a lot of violence and death. It can be concluded that Five Deadly Venom contains a secret message that can be seen as a cry for help and for change in China. The wuxia film touches on the social and cultural aspect of China through the character's motive, action, and story plot. The film is truly inspired by the struggle that was occurring in China, and it is a film that can be considered as part of a larger movement. Chang Cheh definitely transformed Five Deadly Venom into a mirror to what was happening culturally and socially in the Chinese cinema world in Hong Kong and the rest of China.
Yes, you're right.